this is my evaluation for my magazine. I'm Andrew Johnson. My magazine is called White Noise. I have my front cover. We've got everything down on the left side, like they would in any magazine, codes and conventions, so that you can see it when it's in the magazine shop. It's got cover lines, masthead, skyline, date and barcode in the corner, which aren't very aesthetically pleasing, which means that's why I put them in that corner. Moving on, we have my contents page, easy laid out with including bands that are included. Big title shows that it's contents page. It's really clear, and page numbers easy to read, all laid out in order. Keeping the splats as from my front cover to keep good house style, same colour scheme and everything. I didn't use an editor's note, which some people have done, but I didn't really see the need to do it, so obviously I didn't. Onto my double page spread. I've usually a magazine will use a big close up or medium close up of the band. I decided not to, seeing as it was only a single member of the band that we could get hold of. Me, because I couldn't find anyone else. Yeah, same again, splats, keeping with the house style. The title and the typography came from my preliminary task, my CD cover. There's a similarities there and stuff. Yeah. On to the target audience. Obviously the metalheads, they like their music loud, they wear lots of studs, leather, moshing. That's one of the best pastimes when they're at a gig. They just beat the shit out of each other. In context, it's good. Yeah.
They like having a good time, don't they, Andrew?
Yeah, they love having a good time.
They're quite wild.
Yes, definitely. And my cover lines included metal bands such as Slipknot and Rammstein, and the discordant, as you saw, alternate metal band. So the magazine has all sorts of different genres within the metal genre. Moving on, we have my inspiration from the different bands that I like, front covers and stuff that I found interesting. I used SurveyMonkey a lot to find what my audience wanted from a magazine, and that's how I came up with it. And afterwards, loads of people liked my photography, but they would change the colour scheme, even though I think it.
So this was after you produced the magazine. You compiled a survey for people to answer. And where did you publish that?
I published it on Facebook so that everyone could see it, and I could get all sorts of random people to do it.
Great. Was that the first time you'd used SurveyMonkey, or had you used it before?
I'd used it before on my college magazine, but it was more successful this time because more people did it, because I said it was important and stuff, and yeah. So my mood boards and inspiration, I like them because they're rough, they're ready, and they're a bit out there, because obviously metal isn't like a popular genre. It's more alternate and less mainstream, so it hasn't got the biggest of audiences. Next, we have distributors. Obviously news agents and post offices would be the main bit because it's a small magazine. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was in shops like H&V for specialised music shops like that. I could see it being advertised on TV stations such as Skies and Kerrang, which have lots of metal music on them. Strokes, yes. I found strokes really easy to use. You just stick an outline on anything as thick as you like, I used it a lot on my my preliminary task in my college magazine, and obviously a lot on my first magazine. Right, yeah. There was loads of different tools that I've learned to use in Photoshop, which until now it had been really daunting, because I'd used like Serif Plus before, and that used layers. Layers are just really easy to use, drag and drop. I also found free transform, text design, print screening, the use of gamma and stuff, really easy after the first couple of lessons. Here is my preliminary work, I can't say that word. As you can see, lots of strokes, and it's just really simple with the same typeface all the way through, consistent.
What would you say your main progression has been from this college magazine to your music magazine? Because they are quite different, aren't they? I mean, when you look at this and you look at what you've done now with your music magazine, they're worlds apart. How do you think that's... What tools and techniques have you used to really bring on your design work, to improve your design work? Brushes or?
Yeah, I use brushes. From the website Brush Easy, you just download them, they go straight on, and it looks really good. So, yeah.
I would say from your preliminary task, and you're right, it's not an easy word to say, to your music magazine now, what's been your biggest learning curve? When you think right back to 8 months ago when you started this AS course and where you're at now, you've been on quite a journey, but what's been your biggest learning curve?
Actually, just using Facebook to begin with. No, Facebook. I use a lot of that actually. Yeah. Photoshop.
Right.
It was, as I say, it was daunting, but I got the gist of it really early on, and just kept going up from there, using all the different tools and stuff.
Sure. Okay. Any questions?
Why did you decide to go with sort of a messy style to complement the genre of your, like,
Yes.
sort of out there?
Because the genres.
Can we take a look at your magazine if I cover it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's wild, it's rough, it's rich, so it complements the actual genre.
Yeah.
Do you have a distributor for your magazine? I know you've talked about the shops that might sell it, but is it
probably Bauer, IPC, or something like that.
Sound about right. And who would be your main competitor? White Noise. Who do you need to knock off the shelves to get people buying your magazine?
Well, because Kerrang and Metal Hammer are the main magazines that are actually in the genre, I would be hoping to be up with them too, battling out with them.
Okay, thank you very much, Andrew.